interest in power is solely for your protection. What our power gives to you, you will see clearly. Our power is your salvation.
We are different from the rulers of the past. They pretended, perhaps they even believed, that your freedom was essential and that paradise was just around the corner. We know what is best for you.
Power is not a means to an end. It is the end. The object of slavery is freedom. The object of war is peace. The object of power is prosperity. Only our power can safeguard your freedom. Peace.
In 2021, Haven will launch the world's first ecosystem of private digital assets. The future looks nothing like 1984.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Crash and Edy. We got an amazing show that is going to freak you guys out today a little bit, hopefully. Or maybe not, but we got the Coinbase IPO coming out today. That's a huge watershed moment for this entire space. We got Gensler being confirmed as well for the XRP crowd. And the rest of the crypto space is exploding. And Crash is bringing us BCH today. So, yeah. Crash, what's going on?
Hey, man, it's crazy what's going on around here. It's like the markets yesterday was just incredible. I mean, there was like 4 or 5 different coins that hit all-time highs. We'll get into that later. But please, if you're watching our podcast, please hit like, subscribe, bell button, and all. And the number of comments we had in the last video were just incredible. And this is not financial advice, just so everybody knows. It's very clear. This is not financial advice. We're not financial advisors, registered or anything else. And it's for entertainment and educational purposes only.
Just a couple of guys having fun and trying to help you guys learn and educate you a little bit if we can.
Yeah.
As we learn,
share.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what is going on with that freakish vid Crash? Who is that?
That's a pretty cool project that's out there. It's called Haven
Protocol.
Protocol, yes.
Is that a coin?
Yeah,
it is.
Haven Pro. Yeah, it's XHV.
XHV. Okay.
Yeah. So havenprotocol.org if you want to learn about it. And their kind of their tagline is a offshore bank in your pocket. It's basically what they're doing. They're tokenizing every currency on the planet and putting it in one ecosystem where you can own and trade and purchase and all kinds of different cryptocurrencies, and you can convert them into any fiat currency you want.
Wow, this thing is taking off too, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh, are you looking at the chart?
Yeah, we're looking at CoinMarketCap right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this has been around since just a couple years, huh? End of 2019.
Yeah, but they got a real boost here recently in the last year.
I see that.
And I think I bought a few tokens, 1 or 2. And I had to buy them on Trade Ogre, which is an exchange.
It's a reputable exchange.
It is, yeah.
Ogre.
It actually is. I use it for a lot of obscure stuff.
Do you? Okay.
Including that XRP token.
Oh yeah, that one that's really obscure, XRP. Right.
I don't know if you ever heard. I
No,
don't know if you ever heard of that one.
that's a new one to this channel. That
Yeah.
thing is exploding. $1.73 today, so
It was up higher than that. It was at 190 this morning or last night, I think.
yeah, I think it hit like 196 is what a lot of people are saying. Just pushing on that too, and then came back. So
No, actually, you know what? Now I think about it, I looked it up. It actually hit 201, and then rebounded.
201. Where did you have that? Live Coin Market?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. It's it's interesting. Some like I noticed the Crow platform things are always pretty inflated, and or maybe they're not, but Coin Market Cap is always the lowest. It seems like it's the most, which I
Yeah,
like to see.
yeah. We talk about that every time, the difference in the exchanges, and eventually they're going to have to figure that out. And but maybe that's maybe it's a benefit. Depending on what you can look at different exchanges and different charts and readings based on if you understand what they're actually showing, could give you an advantage or an opportunity.
Yeah, in this early stage of an asset class, you just have a lot of arbitrage opportunities. I'm sure there's people making full-time jobs that are just arbitraging, and they love Bitcoin to do it because it's so big. You can get a 500-point swing easy on Bitcoin.
Yeah, but percentage-wise, it's not all that big. I mean, you can, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, we got XRP's been taking off. What else? VeChain has been on a tear. It's over 17 now.
That's another one that hit an all-time high yesterday, I believe, right?
Yeah, yep. It's today too. I think it's the first day in the 17s that it's been in there. So that one is good. I mean, there's not many that aren't. Good God, Crypto.com's up 25% over the last 7 days. But I mean, I don't know. Does anything else stick out?
Well, this the whole Coinbase IPO has just been fascinating.
Yeah.
We're talking about an IPO. I'm guessing this is the largest IPO ever, isn't it? $100 billion market cap. I mean, that's bigger than the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, bigger than NASDAQ combined.
Yeah,
and the Dow Jones.
Yeah, that Armco one was pushing $1 trillion. It's not the biggest, but it's broken records in some regards. I mean, as far as just valuate. I mean, that Armco one was a well-established oil syndicate. I mean, this is. I mean, I've heard Coinbase still called a startup. I saw a couple articles where they're still calling it a startup. So
$1 billion startup.
Yeah, I don't get how you can say that on IPO, but it now it's at 328. It came out at like what, 360, 370. It was supposed to come out at 250, but then it was just way oversubscribed. So it's kind of settling at over 328, 330. So it's out.
Yeah, that's probably good. It's
yeah, it's a watershed
very
moment.
Interesting. Just the back in 1995 is when
this isn't good, people. This is not good. Crash.
Did you lose me?
You're cutting out. Man,
oh no.
The tech. I mean, guys, that though. We had literal requests about tech issues this time. So for the fans out there, we know you guys love this stuff.
Well, it probably makes everybody feel better because they're not the only ones.
That's right. Everyone has it. We'll get it straight. Anyways,
So is it better if I'm back like this a little bit?
I don't know. It's
Can
better
you hear me
now.
okay now?
It was literally
Yeah, I moved.
cutting out, so now it's better.
Yeah. So okay. So what I was saying is that um, back in 1995, when the first .com company had its IPO, which was Netscape, which was one of the first browsers,
Right.
and they came out, and they're gone now. They're not even. I don't even know if they exist anymore. I haven't heard of Netscape in 10, 15 years probably. But this is just the beginning of a brand new boom that could be 5, 10 years of cryptocurrency and blockchain companies coming out in IPOs and really boosting up the markets, just like the .com did. And there'll probably be a crash as well because there's going to be a lot of cryptocurrency and blockchain companies that are going to go public, and they just don't have a good use case. And they're not going to make it, or somebody else's tech is going to come in and overtake them. So it's going to be very interesting over the next few years. Also, with the Coinbase IPO, at $100 billion, even if it's 750 million, the employees of Coinbase are the primary holders of the stock, and boy, what are they going to do with their money? Are they going to put it into fiat dollars? Are they going to put it into Bitcoin?
Yeah, I'm sure they're taking
Are they going to put it? Are they
to their bank?
Yeah, are they going to spread it out over altcoins? What are they going to do with it?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
They going to spend it?
It's going into. I'm sure some will go into the stock market. I'm sure a lot will go into crypto, and there's going to be some Lambos bought.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Right?
Yeah, really.
Some
I think right now
Teslas.
would be a good time to buy Tiffany's and some of those other high-end stocks.
Yeah, but it's a cool thing. I mean, congrats to Coinbase. I've had my issues with them, but overall, you know what? They've been good to me personally. I mean, their wallets all work beautifully.
Yeah.
And, they did a ton for the space, let's face it. And they're huge. They're going to be, what did they had kind of an interesting, so just real quick, Coinbase Global Inc. is the name of the company. A financial technology company that provides end-to-end financial infrastructure and technology. It's primarily focused on building crypto economy, a transparent financial system enabled by crypto that leverages crypto assets, a digital asset that is built using, I don't know, that's a misspelling, but built using blockchain technology. Its platform enables 43 million retail users. I mean, of the globe, this is the biggest. So people understand you're still.
I don't know. Are they the
early.
biggest, or is Binance the biggest? I think Binance is bigger.
It measured in users. Boy, it might be. It might. You could be right. They were the
but
biggest,
Binance isn't
maybe
gonna
Binance passed them
do an IPO in the United States. I mean, they're a Chinese-owned company, right?
Right. Yeah. Anyways, 43 million retail users, 7,000 institutions, and 115,000 ecosystem partners in over 100 countries. I don't know. It's an interesting comparison, but yeah, you guys probably know what Coinbase is. It's what's known as an on-off ramp too, where you can get into it's fiat going into crypto, crypto going into fiat.
Yeah, it's the first platform I used back in 2015, 16.
Yep. Yeah, in the U.S., most people did. So, anyways, that's a huge moment for this space. I love it. I love it. And, Wall Street is... I have a feeling that they're going to get their comeuppance a little bit. I mean, they're all buying this stuff too, but this is going to disrupt a lot of their behaviors. And when I say this, I mean DeFi, you know, crypto as a whole, as things pop up, because crypto is in large part about taking out the middleman.
Yep.
You know? So
And who's the middleman?
the middleman is Wall Street, right?
Yes.
So that's
Why do they call it Wall Street?
Yeah, you know, you know that story, right?
I have my own version. I'm not sure what yours is.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't remember exactly, but it was about them taking down some people that I don't know. I'm not getting into it, Crash. You can get into it if you want. That's another rabbit hole.
It's just a wall between the.
Oh, that's what you're. Okay.
It's a wall between the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah. Right. Yep. So this is good. It's a big day, and we also have Gensler being confirmed, which a lot of people were wondering, are they going to settle this before he comes in? But that is not going to be the case. Gary Gensler confirmed by the Senate to lead the SEC.
What a handsome fellow.
And Crash thinks that this guy is fully chipped.
I don't know. I wish we could zoom in on his eyes because they look completely dilated.
I mean, I don't know if he's chipped or not, but he is highly conflicted because he comes from MIT, who took a lot of donations from Ripple for their crypto area as he was teaching there. So this is going to be interesting. This is going to be real interesting. And I've never seen, I mean, and I haven't followed a lot of court cases, but I've never seen an institution just get their behinds kicked by a company like Ripple is taking it to the SEC. So I don't know.
Well, it just came out. They settled today, didn't they?
No.
There was something that came out that Ripple was somebody was paying Ripple for all their legal fees. $3 million.
Maybe it's that company that tried to sue him. And wanted
I caught another podcaster talking about it, and I was doing some other stuff at the same time.
I haven't heard that they've settled, but and now that this guy's coming, I mean, that's going to be the play. They're going to work a deal, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I just don't think it's going to go much further because they just look like buffoons. You know, so, but I don't know. Maybe Gensler wants him to look that way. So I don't know.
Yeah, you know, they'll find somebody else that's not as prepared.
Right, exactly.
I'd hate to be the other couple big companies out there that could be targeted. They
go after next after Ripple.
Yeah. There's like, God, not me.
Yeah, but the whole concept of what they're doing, it's terrible. I mean, what are you doing? Set some rules up that people can follow. It's so ridiculous.
They're not protecting the investors.
No, they're just not. So,
and most of the investors just ignored them and held on to their Ripple, and now they're being highly rewarded for it.
Right. Yeah, and that airdrop is looking to be pretty big too. So it's boy, fascinating times in the crypto space. So we will keep rolling, and I'm sure more and more things are going to come out. You know, it's like we talked about. You got the NFTs that were something out of left field that no one really knew about, and it's a whole other product, you know, and
it's a whole new industry.
Yeah.
Wait till the first NFT company does an IPO.
Yeah, it's also overhyped, though. I mean, I don't know.
You think so?
Yes, I do. When they're selling them for $70 million, I mean, they're basically digitized JPEGs.
Yeah.
But
however, they supply ownership rights.
Yeah, they do. So they do. I mean, it's interesting. It's a big space, and just like cryptos. I mean, some are going to be totally useful. Like in gaming, that just seems like a no-brainer, you know, because you can own your stuff, take it, all that, buy, sell, whatever. But other stuff where people are just doing like a line drawing and posting it and getting thousands for it, and it's literally from their 3-year-old child. I mean, okay, I guess.
All right, on BitListen, I see the biggest bubble I've ever seen in my entire life. Somebody either bought or sold 12,610 Bitcoin.
Wow. Is it just a big square bubble going up the screen?
It's not. It's a round. It's a round one. It's an actual transaction. It's huge. It takes up half the screen. I've never seen one that big. Wow. I hope it was a buy.
Well, it was both. We know that. Someone sold it and someone bought it.
Oh, well, that's true. Yeah.
How much was it, though? It was 12,000 Bitcoin?
12,600 Bitcoin.
That's a move, man. Holy bejeebas. Yeah.
Times $62,000. Million. No way.
Almost $1 billion. About 800 million. It's a good buck.
Maybe that was all the money going to the Coinbase employees.
Yeah, right.
They wanted it all in Bitcoin.
That's the thing now. Once you have elevated cryptos, like a lot of these are beginning to be in, mostly I guess I'm referring to Ripple, but transactions like that weren't even really possible when it's in the pennies. Now, the higher it gets, just like now you can buy houses and buildings and large transactions with Bitcoin because it's a higher value. You know, these lower ones, they can still be useful, but not as useful because they're just not, it takes too many tokens to do a transaction.
Yeah.
So it's, that's kind of where XRP is going. It's going to be, the higher it goes, the more valuable it's going to be actually in use case for moving large transactions, which is...
Yeah. Yeah, and I've heard that case made that Ripple needs to be, around $2,000 to be it's at its most functional?
I mean, it's...
Or to become functional?
Man, I saw a company yesterday. I didn't queue this up for this show, but they are moving 14 trillion a day
in Ripple.
They're an XRP partner. They're a Ripple partner. So, but I had heard of Swift doing 5 trillion a day. But I mean, there's a lot of money moving around. That's unbelievable. But anyways, so yeah, Gensler's coming in, so it's just going to start getting real interesting now in the whole space because a lot of people, and I believe this is going to define a lot for the space because I think they're going to be forced to put some regulations in, not just settle with XRP and with Ripple. I think they're going to be forced to put some rules into place for the whole space. It's too stupid to be just, what?
It's such a swamp to even think about what regulations you put in because you put in regulations in the United States and whatever sector or whatever cryptocurrencies are most affected, they're just going to all leave here and go to another country or other exchanges.
Yeah, and now you have though what is really it's a game changer is that you have institutions now because VCs aren't getting screwed over. You're not screwing over these large corporations, Apple. Hey, we're banning Bitcoin. So they're going to have to deal with stuff. And I think it's going to be largely unregulated, but it's going to be documented. I mean, there's going to be regulation, but there's going to be some hands-off stuff too, I think, because you just can't do it.
It all comes down to that KYC stuff.
Yeah, and they're gonna get that, and that's in place. So
I know it's already there. I mean,
It's not like it's less trackable than cash, guys. These people put out this story that, oh, there's so much bad stuff going on with this. And it's like, okay, the bad stuff's going on with cash, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. Cash is the biggest black market instrument on the planet.
Yeah, that's what
U.S.
criminals
dollar.
want. They're not trying to use Bitcoin to do stuff. So, anyways, it's just continues. We're just getting deeper and deeper. So, and the numbers are getting huge. So, I love it when the players get involved because that's when stuff gets taken real seriously. You know. Used to be a joke. Now it's like, wait a minute, we got our treasury in this.
Yeah.
So. All right, Crash. Let's move on to your coin of the day, BCH.
BCH.
Bitcoin Cash.
Yes. Yeah. So
Cash is trash, but not when it's got Bitcoin before it.
that's right. And you know what I did is.
This is their website, bitcoincash.org.
Mm-hmm.
The best money in the world. This is Roger Ver's baby. And so go ahead, Crash. I'll go to the chart with it and you see let us know what you're thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, probably a year or two ago, I was kind of looking for good quality. I was trying to identify quality cryptocurrencies. And one of the metrics I used was longevity. And Bitcoin Cash was always on the list. And then another one metric I was looking at was utility, and you know what partners and who they're working with, and you know how often are they popping up in their particular area. And Bitcoin Cash again. There is very few payment systems out there that have more than one token that don't include Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah.
And PayPal actually accepts Bitcoin Cash.
Did they come out of the gate accepting that, or did they add it?
I don't know the answer to that.
Well, either way, I mean, they've only been doing it for not long. So if they didn't come out with it, they added it real quick.
Yeah, and you know they Bitcoin Cash and the website bitcoin.com, which is a peer-to-peer and merchant payment system, is doing really well. It seems to be growing, and you know the reason I really brought it up is that I'm looking at all the charts and how all these larger market cap coins have taken off, and Bitcoin Cash hasn't. And I'm scratching my head and I'm like, And then I remembered back in 2017, it was the same way. Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV, Satoshi Vision, and Ethereum Classic, all of them took off late and just went gangbusters. And so, yeah, I don't know. I think it's got a lot of utility. It's got a lot of name recognition. It actually works with Bitcoin. You know, even though they split, they have a good working relationship with Bitcoin. And I think this is something that's going to, at some point in this bull run, is going to just take off. It's at like what, $815 right now.
Yeah.
Its all-time high is 4,300. All the other big, large cap cryptocurrencies have all come very close, if not at least half of their all-time high. I mean, Ripple's
Yeah,
probably at half.
that's what I was thinking too. It's one of the few that has not really moved that much. I mean,
Even yeah, and I think that yeah, I think there's going to be a great big push, and I can feel it just in the media and talking to people. They're talking about how do we use this stuff? How do we not? How do we pay for stuff without putting it into fiat? And they're honestly, I mean, Bitcoin Cash is in the best position to take on that market and fill that need. On a daily basis
it's,
now.
I mean, there's
No,
so many though. What about Stellar? About that doing that? I mean, there's a lot of coins like that, but I
I've
don't
never
know.
seen a Stellar app that you can go and pay for your stuff at the store. Is that out there? I'm not aware of it if it is.
Well, they're behind a lot of things. You know, they're behind like Zello, for instance, actually runs on Stellar. USD partially runs on Stellar. It's, you know, these coins. It's interesting because I had a conversation with my little nephew. He's actually kind of a man child. We call him Minnie though. Hey Minnie, if you're out there. But so this guy loves Fortnite, right? And we were talking about the engine coin last show. So I'm like, hey, Minnie, tell me about Fortnite, because I'm not a Fortnite guy. I've seen it a little bit. And he explained the whole token system and how it works. And engine is nowhere to be seen in Fortnite. It's all...
No, it's all behind the scene.
Yeah, it's all back end running. So he explained how people, you know, there's certain people that have gold and you exchange gold for stuff and that. But yeah, I guess it's just all behind the scenes. So I was thinking they'd put it out there because, like, some, you know, you see some in-game branding for some stuff. But
Okay, Eddie. Here's my punch in the gut.
okay, I'm ready, dude.
Nobody has brand recognition like the name Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's true. That is the marketing. That is the marketing position for the space is Bitcoin.
And there are whole countries that are completely. You can go to any store in the entire country and pay with Bitcoin Cash right off your phone.
Yeah, so many of these. See, we've talked about this, but we're in the country with the world reserve currency, so. It's a totally different scenario, but most of the planet doesn't have that privilege. So they're looking for alternatives, and I think that's why there's so many. And I could see a country running on Bitcoin Cash. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
And to
It's
me,
it's not perfect. I mean, it's not really good for large transactions. I'm not for some reason, but I mean for daily living expenses and just operating as a on a daily, like 99% of us, it's perfect.
So it's 21 million coins like Bitcoin. It's proof of work like Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But it's cheaper to move and faster?
Substantially faster and substantially cheaper.
Okay.
Substantially. Like, it's like dust, the cost of using Bitcoin.
So this is Roger Ver's brainchild, right?
Yeah.
I've heard he's a pretty cool dude, actually. I've heard good things about him.
Well, I mean, there's, a lot of the Bitcoin maximists, they rip on him for whatever reason.
Hate him, right? Because he's not Bitcoin, so you gotta hate him.
Yeah, because he split it,
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why XRP community loves him, because he's not a maxi.
Yeah.
He's and there's gonna be different tokens. So anyways, so let's take in this vid that you got. How about that?
Sure. Did you queue it up to 322?
Let's do it.
Bitcoin Cash was created with the aspiration to be the Bitcoin version that accommodates day-to-day transactions like cash, as the name suggests. This was seen as the original promise of Bitcoin, which Bitcoin Core had failed: high transaction rates and low fees, in a way that competes with the traditional financial system. Bitcoin Cash transactions always get included in the next block, and the fees are usually a fraction of a cent. Most services actually accept Bitcoin Cash do so with zero confirmation. So this means that they actually accept a transaction as soon as it's sent, even if it hasn't been confirmed yet, making transactions practically instantaneous. But that includes a small amount of risk, and for this reason, it's usually only acceptable for small amounts. These are the main advantages for Bitcoin Cash, plus the fact that as of November 2018, Bitcoin Cash supports smart contracts as well. They're used.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Crash, come on, man. This shouldn't
Do you
even
like
be,
it?
This shouldn't even be on our show.
Why?
I'm kidding. We're letting it slide because of the host, man, and that's the only reason, dude.
What don't you like about what she said? That was awesome.
It only is good for small transactions, and they're not
No,
even settled.
small, like under $1,000.
Well, I'm just saying, yeah, you can't move significant money on it.
It's not meant for that. It's not meant for that. It's meant for daily cash use replacement.
Right. I guess that's I did not know that. That's interesting. That's a game changer.
Well, they didn't state what kind where it gets to the point that it's too big of a transaction. It's only too big of a transaction to do an instant or a what do they call it, a non-confirmed trade or something like that.
So you can kind of let it go and be unconfirmed, and then it confirms a little bit later.
Yeah, when it goes through the blockchain and gets verified,
or if
before it goes on the blockchain.
Or you can do it confirmed then and do a larger transaction.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're at the grocery store and you're buying $200 worth of groceries, you want it to be instant, right? You don't want to sit around and wait for it to get confirmed.
Right. Yeah, but so you could technically buy a car with it or whatever.
I believe so, yeah.
So, or a house in your case. I got you. All right, here we go.
Which is not as widespread as on Ethereum, and they tend to provide less functionality, but they can certainly bring new uses to Bitcoin Cash, even as a DeFi platform. But this new feature wasn't without its own controversy either, and it actually led to Bitcoin Cash undergoing its own fork that gave birth to Bitcoin SV, where SV means Satoshi's vision. BSV, besides not supporting smart contracts, also increased the block size further, up to 128 megabytes. Bitcoin Cash critics, however, point out that BCH blocks are rarely larger than 1 megabyte, and the extra block space has never really been used. This is actually mainly because BCH never quite gathered the widespread adoption by the community they had initially hoped for, nor did it overthrow Bitcoin as the true Bitcoin. They also argue that the bigger blocks offer only a short-term solution to scalability, but long-term, they may pose threats to its security and actually prove unsustainable altogether, not to mention the argument that they favor centralization. But BCH is unarguably one of the top cryptocurrencies and accepted by many merchants and companies for everyday transactions, although its liquidity is nowhere near that of BTC, which has actually forced some exchanges to delist several BCH pairs. The truth is, there's no love lost between BTC and BCH, or BCH and PSV for that matter, but the animosity between the different Bitcoin camps is of little interest to most cryptocurrency users anyway, not to mention the argument as to which one is the true Bitcoin. This, along with the use of the term Bitcoin by so many coins, only adds to the confusion newcomers face and hinders wide adoption. The important thing to remember is that each is a different cryptocurrency, with some similar and some unique properties and use cases. And there isn't one that fits all. So if you are someone who's interested in sending or receiving many small transactions quickly and cheaply, or if you're interested in a smart contract enhanced Bitcoin platform, then Bitcoin Cash is probably a coin worth looking into. Well, this is all for now. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.
So there you have it. I think it has utility, and I don't think it's pumped yet. And that's how I rest my case.
Okay. Okay, is that it for Bitcoin trash? I mean, Bitcoin cash?
Oh, you didn't. Oh, yeah, I've heard that term a lot.
No.
They call it Bitcoin trash.
There's got to be
And I'm not
alternatives.
saying I don't know everything about it, but from what I can tell, I think it's undervalued. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I see your point with that. I mean, there hasn't been in this market. That is, it's also on a bunch of exchanges, right? I mean, it's
just about every exchange,
Yeah, which is more than you can say for Haven Protocol, right?
Well, yeah, it's very new.
But that was a little quick coin coverage right there for that. Anyways, all right, so that's Bitcoin Cash, people. Again, do your own research. This is not financial advice. You got to dig into yourself, but that's a solid introduction of a top coin. That one is, what is it? What is that number? Where are we at here? Number 11 right now.
At,
so
15 billion.
Yeah, their volume is about 7 billion in US. So that's pretty good volume too. So very liquid, all over the place. Anyways, check it out. Do your own research. Make your investment decisions for what's right for you. All right, let's go on to a quick Stansberry video about DeFi.
Love it.
DeFi is all the rage now, and it's huge. And
what does DeFi stand for, Eddie?
Decentralized finance. One moment here, people. We're going to get this queued up. So this is Miguel Viaz on Stansberry Research with, what is her name? Daniela Campone or something? One of Crash's personal favorites. Here we go.
I first want you to help make sense of decentralized finance. So we're hearing voices like Mark Cuban coming out saying, hey, guys, this is the future. So first and foremost, why should we be paying attention, Miguel? What do we need to know here?
Right. Well, I think to take it back to first principles as to why DeFi is important, and it piggybacks off of why cryptocurrencies, decentralized ledgers, and blockchains are important. If you think of what Bitcoin allowed us to do, for the first time in the history of humanity, you could send value to someone without an intermediary. That's what really Bitcoin allows you to do, right? So I can send you value without a bank, without a payments company, without anything, literally just from my wallet to yours. No one can stop me. I don't have to ask permission for anyone. I can do it 24/7, and it's relatively cheap. You couldn't do that before, right? And it's kind of a watershed moment in the history of financial innovation, if you will. DeFi then kind of takes that to another level. So what decentralized finance allows you to do now is it still lets you do that, right? And most decentralized finance platforms are built on Ethereum. It still lets you do that, but then on top of that, you can now borrow and lend without an intermediary. And that wasn't possible before either, right? So now, ostensibly, if I have some ETH, I could go to, go to one of these, Compound or Yearn, put down my ETH as collateral, borrow a stable coin, and then turn my stable coin into dollars and go buy a house.
Okay, well said. Now I have 1,000 more questions. Okay, so one, what does this mean for the future of banking then? Are you talking about a world where banks would then be obsolete one day, Miguel?
No, I don't think banks will ever be obsolete. I think that number one, there are some important questions in DeFi around kind of regulatory compliance, right? And I don't know if a few weeks ago, FATF came out with some guidance with respect to KYC AML and guidelines on decentralized exchanges. So I think for a long time, banks will still be around. But look, it does bring up an interesting question in terms of competition and inclusion and accessibility. I think for me, one of the things that I absolutely adore about DeFi, and this is some of the things that make regulators and governments a little concerned, is that you don't know, if I'm a woman, if I'm Black, if I'm Hispanic. You just go, you drop in your ETH, you take out your loan, and then you go do whatever it is you want with it, right? I think that empowerment is real. You don't know if you're 15 or 85. You don't know if you're...
So
that's interesting.
Yeah, DeFi is going to shake the foundation of finance, I think. It's massive. And, there's only about, 50 billion in DeFi right now, but it is climbing like a rocket. There was 30 billion of that was in the first 3 months of this year. That's how fast. All last year was 20 billion and it just started. Okay, now you got 30 billion more in the first quarter. It's ramping up,
Yeah, I have friends that are in like these specialized short-term lending for real estate and stuff like that, and they had no clue about DeFi. They didn't understand anything. I'm like, do you understand that your business is so ripe to just be completely devoured?
You're done. You are done.
Just
Anyone
to be
that
completely
knows.
devoured by DeFi.
That's right. And all it is knowledge. As soon as that knowledge is out there, it's out there. People can do it. It's going to be a little bit more complicated, but it's just like crypto when it started, how it was just so difficult to even get a wallet. What's a wallet? What?
Yeah. Oh.
And now it's just going to be so simple, and that's how DeFi is going to be. Oh, you want a loan? Go get one, and you're not even dealing with a human.
Yeah, I mean, they may have a year or two, but
yeah,
I want to talk to them about it again and say, just dive into this and be part of that solution instead of getting consumed by somebody else.
I know it. These people that are in these financial positions they're dinosaurs and they're done. They just don't know that they're just the walking dead right now. So it's something else, man. And this is, the bond market.
Well, not only that. I mean, even in this guy's industry and niche, that niche is probably going to just explode because of the DeFi. It's going to get even bigger.
Yeah, for sure.
He's not going to be able to be part of that.
Right.
Because it's going to be so accessible and it's going to be so fast and
Yeah, and you just wonder, these companies, at the heads of these companies, are they pivoting to get into it? Because that's what has to happen, or they're out of business.
Yeah, they have to pivot and get into it and be part of it.
Yeah. That's the only way they're going to save their company. I mean, anyone that doesn't, it's just stupid. It's all this paperwork that isn't even. Yeah, it's really a challenge to even get your head around what is going on. It's just so fast and so powerful. So.
And I hope I'm wrong. I mean, this guy worked. He created his own industry basically, and really has a big market share of it, and does really well. And a super nice guy. But boy, when I was talking to him, I think it was a wake-up call, I think, for him.
So you did fill him in?
The best I could. I mean, I was
break
just
it down. Well, did he know anything about crypto?
I was just talking to him about cryptocurrencies and stuff like that, and he started telling me a little bit about his business, and I'm like, I was like, uh-oh. And I think I said to him, you might want to really dig deep into this, because there is seriously disruptive technology coming to him.
Yeah. Well, it's a learning curve, so it just takes time. People have to dig in and want to do it and kind of move to that parallel financial system that's running right now, and then all of a sudden, I think, or over time, or it's going right now, just switching over to this other system, So.
Yeah.
Anyways, Crash, well, I gotta go.
All right. Well, I'm a little disappointed. I'm trying to lose some weight, and there's a brand new ice cream shop popping up right across the street from me.
Good to hear, though.
Oh. I don't know. I don't know if that's good or not.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm a sucker for ice cream, yeah.
I am too.
Oh, jeez.
Good luck. Well, people, do the right thing and make a move. Don't sit on the sideline. It's dangerous.
Yep. Everybody enjoy your day and live in the present, because it is beautiful right here and now.
Like and share. Talk to you soon. Out. Crash. You and your freaking ice cream.
I can't even resist like vanilla ice cream with maple syrup on it. Oh, that's the best. Or vanilla ice cream with Rice Krispies. Oh my God. I used to eat that by the gallon when I was a kid. My mom would go to the store, and I had an older brother and sister, and they'd be like, "Oh, we got Mom went shopping. I'm gonna go get some ice cream," and it'd be like 3/4 gone.
Ice cream just disappears at my house.
Oh, well,
it melts
it melts in the fridge,
Right. Well, so you're guaranteeing this place takes Bitcoin Cash then, right? Right out of the gate, I'm assuming they'll take
it's going.
Right? Huh? Crash.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this little downtown. I think I'm gonna try to make it like a little central for the state, crypto business friendly central.
Okay, well, you've sabotaged the show again with technology because you cut out for half the show. So can you get your mic fixed, please?
I cut out for a few minutes, right? It wasn't the whole show, was it?
You just cut out now again. It seemed good, but you did just cut out now.
Oh, that's because I walked over to the window to look at a car going by.
Oh, smoke break. I got you. That's cool. No, that makes total sense. I got